And this is BBC Two. And now a budget statement by the Liberal Democrat Treasury spokesman Matthew Taylor MP.
This week's budget, the budget of the 17th of April 2002, is destined to become a famous budget. Our National Health Service was born in 1948, and this week, 54 years later, for the very first time, a government has first made the NHS the absolute centre of its budget. Second, pledged a £40 billion programme of investment. And third, publicly dedicated that £40 billion to be spent on the NHS, and the NHS alone. I hope you feel, as we Liberal Democrats feel, a great and overdue sense of relief. Successive governments, both Tory and Labour, first deluded themselves and then deluded us that there was nothing fundamentally wrong with our health service, that there was therefore no need for fundamental change or radical reinvestment. In the teeth of mounting and heartbreaking evidence, this perverse refusal to accept the truth has, under this government alone, dragged on for another 5 shameful years. This week, the government finally came clean, and we must all, with fingers crossed perhaps, we must all feel the beginnings of an unfamiliar hope. But I ask you, however much you share that sense of hope, please withhold from this government any sense of gratitude for inspiring it. Because let's not forget, this is not the government's money, it's your money. You have not been asked by this government if they could spend your money. And the granting of that money is, of course, the easy bit. Putting that money to work efficiently, re-inspiring, re-motivating and rewarding demoralised health staff, cutting out the unproductive bureaucracy so that all the new money actually shows through in clear improvements for patients, that's the really tough bit. The government behaves as if they've done the hardest bit. But for those hundreds of thousands of harassed people who work for the NHS, the hardest bit is just beginning. You can find new money overnight, but it takes 3 years to train a nurse and at least 5 to train a doctor. And of course, the news of all this new money is bound to lead to instant higher expectations. And whatever superhuman efforts are made, and they will be made, not all those expectations can instantly be met. I ask you to understand that, because your understanding and your appreciation can make all the difference to a nurse's day. There is a second reason why the budget of the 17th of April 2002 is destined to become a famous budget. It marks the ultimate, overdue exposure of New Labour as a political confidence trick. And the people they tricked have been you. For 5 years, you've been told that it's perfectly possible to make huge improvements in our key social services while asking you to pay not a penny more for them. New Labour won 2 general elections on the back of that pledge. Said Mr. Blair, "I have no plans to increase tax at all." And when Liberal Democrats asked, when many of you asked, how this could be done, just how was it possible to get so much more while paying nothing whatsoever for it, we were told that this was New Labour, that this was the third way, that now it was indeed possible to get something for nothing. They might as well have told us that they knew how to turn seaweed into gold bricks. But now, with this budget, the lie that was New Labour has been blown for good. This is a government that gained power through deceit, that has used lies and evasions to retain that power, and has turned a corrosive cynicism about politics into a national disease. They have broken every foolish promise that they made, and now expect our gratitude. So yes, this will be a famous budget. Yes, the Liberal Democrats do find the beginnings of hope. But no, we grant this government no gratitude.
And that was a budget statement by the Liberal Democrat Treasury spokesman.
What does it take to be a world champion?
Years of experience.
staying cool under pressure. A willingness to fight to the very last ball.
He's done it!
A sense of style.
The Snooker World Championship starts tomorrow from 12 on BBC Two and continues throughout the week.
And a nickname. Now that's interesting.
There's no such thing as sorta dead. Here, let me show you.
I want to know what you did after your sister had been raped.
Going as fast as we can, Jack.
3 episodes, back to back.